welcome back to the stream. I'm LB Hackemup, and we're back on this wonderful Sunday evening for Playthings of the Gods game, our level 16 D&D 5th edition adventure before they make all the changes in the new 2024 Player's Handbook. Welcome back, everybody. Let's go around and have everybody introduce themselves for this evening. Unfortunately, we are out Alex, aka OMG at Some Guy, who is live on OMG at Some Guy on Twitter and all that stuff. But let's start with Tanya. Tell people where they can find you and who you're playing tonight.
Hello, I am Tanya. You can find me at Tanya Rowland wherever on the internet. My name's spelled weird, so it's easy to find me. But more importantly, tonight I am Moxie, a tiefling bard.
I'm Val. Hello. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown, lurking on the internet, mostly over at GGK. And tonight I'm playing Arrow, who is a Water Genasi barbarian druid.
And I believe I go next. I'm Van. You can find me on the internets at Van but Wilder, much like Val, mostly over on GGK. And I got a cat. I don't know if you can see him, but he's back there, having a good time. And tonight I'm playing Alhena, the Centaur Circle of the Stars Druid.
And I'm next. I'm Rachel Elizabeth, or Rachel Elizabeth with a Z in the middle instead of an S. I'm here, and I'm on GGK on Tuesdays and every other Wednesday. And tonight I'm playing Talon, the Gloomstalker Ranger / Death Cleric.
And I'm LB Hackemup. I am going to be your dungeon mistress for this evening. Look at that baby.
I checked stream to make sure he was visible.
My favorite.
I was going to
Don't
talk
tell
about the dog
others.
butt, but only you guys can see the dog butt.
Yeah, that's
Stream
fair.
can't see the dog butt.
Yeah, sorry, Talon's face is in the way.
Stream will be happy to know that I still have not sat in that chair to read a book.
One day
Someday.
you will. Yeah. One day more. Anyways, so we're going to get into the game for this evening, but first we need a recap. Rachel, please take it away.
Previously on Playthings of the Gods. Wow, I need to turn my music down. Hold on. The Seosin is being very loud right now. All right. Previously on Playthings of the Gods, Azuth was in the middle of the strange chamber, surrounded by what looked like water, but given where they were and the tingling of their skin the second they walked in, they suspected it was definitely not safe to drink. They tried to get the attention of the muttering god as Moxie kept a watch on the doorway, but it slammed shut, locking her on the other side. And as soon as they moved further into the room, an abhorrent, decaying creature made of mottled flesh and body parts roared and crawled up from the abyss. The glowing chamber itself affected those with less than stellar constitutions, while fleshy, worm-like creatures fell off the body of the bile-vomiting monstrosity in front of them, adding to the fray. Gravity was reversed, the floor was lava, but also not lava and radiation instead, and they found out the hard way via Mishimar that if they stepped into the water that Azuth was sitting in, they would go into a dreamlike trance and be completely unresponsive. It was not a pleasant fight, and everyone was going to need several showers to feel clean again when it was over. They lassoed Mishimar and Azuth out of the weird water, and when he came to, Azuth transported them to a demiplane so they could chat. He told them that he was tricked by Timora to do some research into the gems that trapped the champions, and that since they'd completed his vision, he could work to reverse it. And when we last left our adventurers, Azuth snapped them back to the ship, and they teleported back to Port Pandan. As they arrived, Talon had received a message from the Zantharum that cultists of Bashaba are gathering at Lost Peak near Talon's home in the High Forest. Then a crack of lightning from the sky as Shamba appeared in front of them, missing an arm, and dropped to his knees, bleeding out on the deck.
That is exactly where we were going to jump back into things.
Right, I need to fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just everybody with healing magic just rushes forward. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
So
Roll
Shamba,
initiative to see who heals first.
Yeah, right.
Sh-
Roll initiative to see who heals first.
Shamba is a rabbit folk missing his arm. You can see on the where the wound is cut off, there are these blue crystals that you guys recognize from the blue crystals that you have seen that capture these champions, and he falls to his knees and falls forward on the deck, and a pool of blood starts to form around him. What would you guys like to do?
I can fix it.
Moxie's like, what the fuck? Because she's just standing there and everybody kind of popped in, right?
Yeah,
We're all covered in goo and like
Yeah,
vomit.
There's
and-
this thing of it. Talon is slightly glowing still.
Yes,
like,
yeah. I
rushes
have a note.
forward.
Talon is
Okay.
covered in goo is the first note on my episode.
Talon is covered in goo, but that doesn't stop her from rushing forward and adding blood to the mix as she grabs Shamba and like kind of like hoists him like up a little bit so that like
Mhm.
Alhaina can heal his arm. Because I'm
Mhm.
sure he
Hold it
like
up.
just crumpled, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm. Yeah, he is dead weight in your
just-
hands.
Yeah, so she's just like
Right.
he's
The
just
paramedic
on
team is
top
here.
of her, yeah.
him
Shotgun
up.
Sylvie Brett.
Hold his arm up above his heart. Ooh, are the
His stump.
crystals? Well, up so it won't bleed so much.
I'm keeping an eye on Moxie, make sure she doesn't step in and try to finish the job. Just
She's
making
just
sure.
just standing there like figuring
Because
you guys
last
know what the
time she
problem-
almost killed this rabbit, so I'm just
Mhm.
making
That's fair.
sure.
That's fair.
That is true.
Yeah,
Can
so
we
you
assess very quickly between some of us casters if the crystals are going to cause a problem?
they seem to be stopped where it seems to like they were cut off a little bit, like they were beginning to form up his arm and they are cracked off where
Oh, so the crystals didn't remove his arm. They
the
removed
crystal
his arm to quit the to keep the crystal from.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
we've got a sort of zombie.
so
situation
he stopped the infection at the source is what
I
it seems
can
to be.
respect it.
That is metal as fuck,
Yes.
Shamba.
Somebody near me very quickly kind of chip away at the crystals a little bit. And I
Talon takes
will
out her magic
cast.
dagger and
You can save him. We're not
I can. Yes, we're good.
okay.
I will cast regenerate on Shamba.
All right. Your magic starts to take hold as the arm begins to grow back slowly. How long does it take? Like is it instantaneous or is it an hour?
Well, no, it's instantaneous if you still have the severed body part and you hold it to the stump. If it's not there, though, it takes a minute to cast. The target regains 48 plus 15 hit points.
Okay.
Severed body members restored after 2 minutes.
Okay. So,
So
you
3
start to
minutes
cast.
total.
You start to cast this, and as you do, you can see the magic taking hold. The stump, almost like Jason X, which is a movie I love. Kind of suctions off that the blood stops to spill as you continue to cast this spell over 3 minutes.
You will instantly heal 36 hit points.
Yes. So he kind of comes to. He's still swimming from the transportation and all of the magic that is going on him, the pain that was just flowing through him. Arrow, what are you doing right now?
One, keeping an eye on Moxie. Again, that hostility. But I actually want to just because he just teleported in here.
There was a bolt of lightning, and he came in through the lightning.
Fancy teleported, lightning teleport. Okay, I want to make sure nobody's following him.
Okay. Yeah, as you look to the sky and start to survey the area, you start to hear those whispers that have kind of been in the back of your mind. Those, the staff. Where is it? Is it on your back right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of hear those whispers in the side of your ear, and as they grow a little bit louder and you're watching this magic happen, your mind is sort of taken over, and anybody who is watching Arrow, their eyes are glazed slightly with a bit of sheen. And as you are transported into this vision, you can see, you can hear a cacophony of voices and sounds. It is hard to pick out specific words that are being said because they are very layered over each other. You see different flashes of visions, and the first is like melting, somebody's flesh melting off of them. You see a horde of what look to be zombies moving through a space, and as these visions continue to come, they get a little bit more clear. Like the first ones are a little bit more obscure, as that you see only one frame of the image very clearly, and the rest of them are very blurry. You see a large tree in your vision that is withering and begins to decimate as the leaves begin to fall from it. You see yourself and Avery kissing. You see floating in the air a bright golden light on one side and then a ball of darkness on the other, and a small crystal between them. You see your own staff raised towards the center of this crystal as it is cracking, and the staff lets off a light and the crystal breaks. You see a golden statue of Timora with people worshiping at it. You see your mother's fields in her own plane beginning to wilt. And then the last thing you see, and the most clear thing you see, is the ocean. And as you look across the ocean, you see a sunrise. And from that, the visions kind of like protrude and really grip into you as the end of this spell happens. And Alhena, you have grown back the arm of Shamba, and he is kind of like looking around, like his eyes were kind of fixed on you as these healing magic took place. And then once the arm is back, he really kind of swoons for a moment from all of this that has just happened to him, and seems to be confused as to where he is and trying to find orientation.
You're okay.
He's just like in Talon's lap.
Yeah. This is just a thumbs up very slowly from below.
You're lucky we got here when we did. Or you got here when you did?
I was aiming. I think I was lost in translation for a minute there. I was pure energy, I think.
Still feel like crackling off of you.
Is this new? As he points down to his arm.
Brand new, 30 seconds old. You're welcome.
Thanks, damn, that was fast. Hi.
I can only do that a couple of times per day, so.
Thank you.
Talon kind of like supports his back. She like pushes him forward, like kind of like maneuvers out from underneath him, is like kneeling next to him as he's like sitting on the deck. Like, take a minute.
Arrow, do you have like some orange slices or something?
A snack, maybe.
Oh, what?
Are you okay? A snack for Shamba. He lost a lot of blood.
Yeah. Yeah, let me get something. Arrow will like
Kinda just,
wander
like,
off.
Makes eye contact with Alhena, and then Moxie. Like, did anybody else clock that?
That was absent-minded, but also sad, and usually the two aren't together.
What happened while you guys were gone?
Yeah?
Check on Arrow first. We need to make sure they're cool, right?
We'll tell you
You
everything
okay?
over dinner.
You got
All
locked
right.
out, and we didn't know what to do, and there was goo everywhere.
That's fine. I never know what's going on anyways. You can give me the bullet points later. That works for me. I trust you.
Got it.
Talon looks like shit. So it obviously wasn't a good time. Talon looks like
Definitely
shit.
looks the worst, because Arrow was fine. Alhena only got it at the very end. Like, yeah, Talon's a fucking children of Adam over here.
This will be a rare time then Moxie
It looked
just
like I
kinda stands
survived.
back.
Wait, what's the horror movie where they go into like the pit and they like come out? They're just like covered in
The Descent.
The Descent. That's the one that gives me nightmares. Yes, The Descent. She looks like she survived The Descent, just covered in viscera.
Still glowing a little green.
Mm-hmm.
But she's beautiful.
Very lightly.
Yeah, we'll let Moxie handle that.
All right, Moxie, you go talk to Arrow.
Search for like,
where
a protein
where
bar
does
or
she
something.
find Arrow?
Two things before she does. I think Arrow's gone towards the kitchens and is looking in the cabinet with the pots and pans for a snack. And
Oh no, they're distracted.
Just
Well,
not.
we could tell the difference. Arrow's dumb.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know
Arrow's
why that's
always
like what makes sense to
distracted.
me, but like,
Yeah,
It
no.
does.
yeah.
They're always a little out of it, but they're not
Yeah.
like
Well, especially
that
with like
out of it.
kitchen
You know where
and food.
Arrow knows
Arrow
where
they
knows
focus.
that.
They focus when necessary.
Yeah. Can I confirm something quickly? Because I wanted to get the bullet points from the vision. Zombies, tree disintegrating, kissing Avery, statue of Timora being worshipped, 2 balls of light and darkness, crystal in between. I'm holding staff, crystal shatters, and then there was something else, and then sunrise.
Yeah, your mother's field on the plane
Yeah, okay, that's what
being
it was.
rotted. Mhm.
Okay.
So Arrow took a nap and hallucinated the entire D&D movie.
Kinda.
Yeah.
That was a lot. You went through a lot. Just
Yeah. Sorry, the kids are playing with something. I couldn't find it. I just hear like rustling in the other room, and I want to make sure it wasn't the toilet paper.
Hey, as
I'm
long as
watching
there's no
Tina put her
screaming.
butthole on everything that I sleep on by my head right now. So
Let's go.
Yeah, and so the second thing is, while I'm doing that, and Arrow's is gripping the staff, and thinking about the meeting with Azuth, and Azuth had given some advice about the visions and everything. I think Arrow's going to try to see if using the staff as like a conduit can like ask Azuth a question,
Okay.
and if Azuth will answer,
Okay.
and just asks, like, again, just staying there staring at the pots in the cabinet, and says, do these visions, is this what's going to happen or what could happen?
Okay. What kind of role do you want to make for this? Are you like trying to channel religion to get a greater are you trying to like channel the god of divination specifically, or are you trying to harness the power of this staff?
I think I think Arrow has to use the staff, because I don't think it doesn't have a connection as Azuth. Otherwise, there's not a lot of overlap between like Azuth and Shantae.
Right.
So
No.
like
So
I think is leaning, knowing that Arrow's abilities and connection is more in a natural sense, is leaning into the staff as a conduit to try to communicate.
So the divination that you're getting from the staff itself is because the god of divination was captured within it, and some of its residual magic is in there. So Azuth has a little to do with the staff anymore. He created it and wielded it for a while, but what you are getting from it is the god of divination.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think still assuming that because Azuth created the staff and it has connection with it, even if the power of divination isn't his, that maybe he would understand how this divination works. Because I think where Arrow is at mentally right now is
this the true...
Is this what's going to happen no matter what we do?
Okay. Yeah. You could either make me a religion check or like a magic check, arcana, or even maybe a history check if you've done research. So
those are all three the same at a minus.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Could I make an argument that because I'm using the staff has a +5 bonus, that I can use that to mitigate some of my
yes, that is a great use of the magic item. Yes.
Thank you. So that'll leave me with a +4 bonus.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll just roll an Arcana and then add +5.
Let's go, champ.
That's an 11.
11. Okay. So what you know about divination magic in general is that you can, like, the short-term stuff is a lot easier to do. It will give you like, hey, if I want to go this way, what will happen? Giving it a clear point of like, I'm going to start here, this is where I want to go. That is a lot clearer than what is the future as a whole. So if you are channeling all of the future, it isn't necessarily the path that will happen, because there are so many factors that go into the next step. Like even with you guys deciding, okay, well, we want to not do anything for 3 days, or we want to go fight her in 3 days. Like, there is a big difference between those two. So you know from knowing divination in general that the visions that you are seeing are possible futures. If you say if we say like you do nothing, then your mother's field will be like completely rotted out, she will die, whatever it is. If you decide to, go fight sooner, that could possibly not happen. So what you are getting is these are possible futures that could happen, but having that in mind, that the possibility of having Dawn again, the possibility of kissing Avery, those are things that are still on the table. You still have hope to then move forward to make those things happen. And a lot of what you decide will create those things, but you also have the possibility that your mother's field will wither. These zombie creatures will take over whatever it is they are taking over. These are the possibilities. It seems that there are very clear paths in front of you, and if you succeed, this will happen. If you fail, this will happen. Does that make sense?
So so in that, like, taking a moment to think about maybe getting the sense of that either from the staff or just taking a moment to think, Arrow believes that wasn't necessarily a timeline, and that was multiple possible futures.
Correct. Yes.
Got it. Okay.
The vision of the light, the dark, and the crystal, the golden light, the darkness, and the crystal, that seemed to be the most concrete, as in there is like you holding up the staff and destroying the crystal. That is a pivotal moment, I think, between the two.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Got it. So yeah, that's where Arrow is when Moxie and anyone else arrives.
You cool?
There aren't any oranges in this cabinet.
Oh, that's how you get scurvy. Right?
Yeah.
Ship,
Hold on. And actually, like, goes over and now, like, having a bit, like, Moxie kind of snapping them out of it, like, walks over, grabs a couple of things, turns around, says, I just got a pretty just had a pretty nasty trip just now with saw kind of how things might turn out for us.
Oh. Is it the kind of thing you can share with everybody or not yet? Or
yeah, I can. I guess I should probably tell
get everybody
everyone.
now.
Yeah. Right.
I would like you to tell me, but like I'll forget anyway, so it's just easier,
If I don't tell anyone soon, then I'll forget to tell them. And
yeah.
So,
okay, let's go.
Yeah, you guys make it back up to the deck with some other citrus. We'll say there's some dragon fruit on board, which is not a citrus. Now I'm thinking about it. And some grapefruit.
I was convinced.
I love grapefruit.
I believe it.
I don't freaking know what dragon fruit is.
It's something, man.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
it could be citrus in there.
I wish there was more flavor to it, but there's just not. It's a lot of seeds. Anyways, you make
just
it
one.
I'm thinking about
grapefruit.
So there's a whole category of fruit that's called citrus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's the other category of fruit? What are the other categories of fruit?
Berries.
Okay. Okay. Are those the only two? Is an apple either a citrus or a berry?
I'm coming.
Well, what you really need to ask yourself.
Running down the stairs. Stone fruit is another category of fruit. Like
what you
melon
really
has a big pit in the middle.
need to ask yourself is if an orange is a taco or a sandwich.
Yeah.
It's a Whopper.
Yeah.
Correct.
So there's
Correct.
Correct.
I don't know why you're right, but you're right.
aggregated fruits like raspberries. There's
That's
drupes,
my new rap name.
which
for
are
the author.
like,
Aggregated fruit.
yeah, I'm an aggregated.
Those
fruit
are the
today.
ones. Are those the ones that have? It's a big guy, but it's also got all the little guys.
Yeah. It's like a bunch of little bits that connect to one thing.
I can't stand those. They taste
like,
amazing.
Blueberries,
pomegranate would be-
raspberries.
They're
What's an
friggin'
apple, then?
Texture nightmare.
An apple is listed under apples and pears.
Okay, apples and pears. Fruit
There,
group.
there. Oh, category.
Unclassifiable.
Yeah.
Bitch, we fancy.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry,
what
a
we
palm.
need.
A palm. P-O-M-E. Palm.
Oh, that's
Yes.
cute. I like that.
Stone fruits,
Okay.
correct, are like peaches and plums, which have the one seed
I
in the
thought
middle.
palm was just what the Pinterest girlies called pomegranates.
I think what we're trying to say, Val, is suck it. Just joking.
Anyways, so you get back up
Listen,
with some
I'm not
grapefruit.
upset. I was asking
I
a
know.
question, and I'm
Yeah,
glad.
now
I'm
we
glad
know-
I
and
got
not
the
citrus.
answer.
Thank you.
What
Now-
Thank you for
Citrus
coming
is
to our
not-
TED
You
Talk.
at home have been educated. You're
What
welcome.
citrus? No
Yeah.
one learned anything from that.
I kind of did.
We just said some words.
I learned something.
What?
We
I'm so
sounded
proud
smart.
of you
What
guys.
Question
next
the
thing-
world around you.
What kind of citrus do we have on the boat?
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit
Did-
only?
Sugar.
Yes.
Good
Are
for your
we
You
brain.
gotta have
serial
limes.
killers?
No,
You
no.
just
Arrow
came-
would not.
You can't
Can we
just
have
eat raw
clementines?
grapefruit. Are you
Look.
insane?
There's sugar too if you want
Wait.
it, but that's the citrus that you get, okay? You just went
Hold on.
from Cholts. That's all
Let's
I got,
backtrack.
okay?
You're dying on the hill now that you can't eat raw grapefruit.
I
No, not that
love
you can't.
grapefruit.
That you shouldn't. Grapefruit is weird and bitter and gross, and I don't like it.
Agree to disagree.
I think.
Let's
love grapefruit.
Listen. I think it's great if people love grapefruit. Be careful because it can interact with certain medications,
Medicines,
some
yeah.
antidepressants, and also
What about
some
pineapple?
medications. So
Yeah,
watch.
pineapple.
Eat grapefruit responsibly, but a
No,
fresh
I'm not saying.
grapefruit
I'm not
is
saying
a
you can't.
good
I'm saying if
snack
the
and/or
only
breakfast.
if the only thing we have on this ship is just 17 crates of grapefruit, I'm
No,
gonna
I
die.
also agree with you. That's insane.
That's
And now I
insane.
want to turn this back to LB and say
What I said
no,
was
there's
the
no
only
way.
citrus we have. Not we can't have grapefruit. Not
Yeah,
but the
Mhm.
only citrus we have is grapefruit.
there's no way
Okay.
on God's green
are we?
earth
We have
that Arrow
clementines,
does not
we have
have.
grapefruit, we have
The
pineapple,
only-
we have peaches. How's
Shante-
that?
the only the only
Shantae
fresh
would not do this to me. She is too nice.
the only fresh citrus you have is grapefruit because you just came
Fucking-
from Cholt, and that
I
is
jump
what
off the
they have.
boat.
You have you got pineapple,
the
you
boat.
got mangoes while you're
Pineapple has a protein in it that is slowly dissolving the inside of your mouth.
there. Look,
Delicious.
I said
But
citrus,
he's-
and
has-
this is
wait,
what
he
I
has
came up
regenerate
with.
on right now, though, so
That
it'll
was
come
dark
back.
the way you said that, man. Damn.
It's true.
It's
Google it.
delicious.
Yeah. Anyways,
Delicious.
hello, Perk.
Don't-
Welcome to
the
the
protein
Creamy
part.
Citrus.
I
Not
love
pineapple
fruit
either.
street.
pineapple. I love
Anyways,
pineapple.
Welcome to Fruit Ninjas.
Arrow comes up with
Is pineapple
either
citrus?
it is
We can't get on
acidic
this
in
again. We
nature.
gotta move on.
Oh, we got it. We're
You have fruit. You come back up. I'm just gonna put it down. There are no oranges. Okay, no oranges. That's it. Whatever else you
Apricots?
want, it's there. Absolutely. Anyways,
I'll
you
take
come
full
up.
responsibility for the fruit argument.
You come up. Shamba is recovering. Still trying to figure out what's going on. They're coming back to their senses as Arrow returns with Moxie after Arrow has had a vision of possible futures. Please take it away.
You guys, Arrow saw something just now and they gotta get it out before they forget.
Thank
Okay.
you. I'll take the floor, Moxie.
It's got the talking stick.
So yeah, I just had a vision of the future, or possible futures. I'm just gonna read off or list off some stuff that I saw. And if any of that strikes a chord with any of you, please let me know. And I will just describe everything I saw.
Yeah, one of those rings true with you, Talon, a large withering tree. You only know of one very important tree in your
Gondor.
specific life. Yes, calls
tree
for
of Gondor.
aid.
Yes.
Yeah. But yes, that is the thing that rings in your mind specifically about these things. For everyone else, the zombies, you are very reminiscent of Talona and her ability to create undead.
I leave out the kissing Avery part. I do
Okay.
want to say that. I did not mention that part of the vision.
You bitch.
Fair.
So mad right now.
Arrow
believe you
gets
would do
that
this
part.
to
It's like,
us.
so I
I'm
saw
gonna
this
call
tree
your
get
boyfriend.
disintegrating, and then I was standing there, and then there was the statue of Timora.
Mhm.
Can I make a deception check?
A deception check.
Or sorry,
An insight check.
counter to their just an insight check. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
How good are you lying?
My browser just froze. So hold on.
No, then you can't.
Can't if I
I
open another
rolled-
one?
A 19
shit.
plus 1 has a 20 on my deception.
It's a filthy 20. It's a naughty little 20.
Oh,
Disgusting
why?
20.
Why
Oh
is
no shit.
oh
Plus
my
10
God.
to insight, rolled a 13.
It literally only have a plus 1 in deception. It's the best arrows ever lied in their life.
Alana's just worried about you.
Yeah.
Oh, I finally got it to close. Hold on, hold on.
They have the crazy stick. You have a +4 into insight if you just want to roll it.
Yeah, except I'd have to get up and go back there, and this
Fair.
just seems easier. Give me not campaigns, characters. That's fine. I can click on Playthings of the Gods.
The suspense is killing.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
so sorry. I got this.
Everyone's
Okay.
great tonight. By the way.
Insight. 20.
Ooh,
That's a tie.
that's a tie. Neither to beat it,
How
baby.
about hold
Do we
on?
do
Wait.
a roll off?
Yeah, do we do a roll off?
Well,
We tied.
okay.
Or do I set the DC and she met the DC?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, looks like Arrow's being a little cagey on that topic. Hard
We'll
to tell
stash that
why.
information.
Yes. But yes. So Arrow delivers this information.
Did
to the
Arrow
rest of you.
blush? Just slightly.
Can
there
Arrow
anything-
blush?
All they said was, and then
Blush?
I was standing there, and then I saw. So that's
Mhm.
all the information we have to work with.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Little
think.
cagey.
I mean, yeah. I think maybe a little blush. It's not like I mentioned. It's like a greenish hue to
Mhm.
their otherwise like blue skin.
Mhm.
Okay. She'll store that
Wait.
information for later.
Yes.
I'm done now.
You get all of the information that I gave Arrow a minute ago.
Do you need to eat the slice of grapefruit?
No, I'm good. So yeah,
The Arrow's refusing food, and now I'm suspicious.
Oh damn it.
Sounds
yeah.
heavy.
So I don't know how much of that. I don't know when any of that's gonna happen, or where, or how. But if we mess this up, I mean, I guess a lot of it's stuff that we knew was gonna happen anyway. Like if we fail, world-ending kind of shit. So,
But I mean, the future's never set in stone. Like, I mean, even the great diviners will tell you that.
yeah. Yeah. I'm not really equipped for this. I can hit things really good with this staff, but that's about all I can do with it. The rest of it I'm not really cut out for. Does any of that sort of mean anything to anyone other than the stuff we already know?
Well,
There is a hand that comes up from Shamba. Sounds a
Right.
little familiar.
He just grows
Prom-
another hand.
Yeah, there's
I'm gonna
another
make a
hand.
Deadpool reference. I promised you guys I wasn't gonna reference Deadpool.
Shamba kind of stands up, having been healed from this, and like stretches out their new arm, like feeling it out and feeling very weird about it, having lost theirs just a moment ago. And he says, "I think I saw that too. I went to confront Nazira was their name, I think.
By yourself?
I do what my
I feel
God
like that was
asks
kind
me.
of the one thing we told you not to do.
Look,
No, we definitely said be careful. That usually doesn't involve confronting a god on your own,
and that's why I had the teleport in my back pocket. And
let alone two gods
How'd that
on
work
your
out for you?
own.
well, it got me back to you guys, so
Yeah.
I fulfilled my god's wish of trying it on my own. So
I'm glad you're not dead.
I am too. Thank you for that. Looks to
Did-
Elhana.
Did anything happen that might help us figure out what to how to stop her?
Did you learn
Well,
anything?
I did. I think so. It's so I tracked her. It's a lot of movement. She can teleport, as people do, high level casters. And I found her sort of on the outskirts of the desert, and I tried to sneak attack her. And I hit her with a lot of electricity, and it really did quite a bit. As far as I kind of gave it my all, because I knew that as soon as she knew that somebody was attacking her, things would go to shit. But I attempted to bring her down, and when she locked onto me, my next attack, which I knew was on point right before it hit her, it just veered off. She did something to fuck up my attack, basically. She spoke one word, and I went into this sort of madness. The world shifted. I wasn't able to see what was in front of me. I tried to latch on to something that was real, and what I saw when I looked at her was this dichotomy of Ashaba and Timora, and the vision of what she is now, this drow Shatter Kai in between. And it seemed that they were connected by some sort of magnetic magic force that is drawing them together. And those connections, to me, were very tangible. And when I tried to strike out again, I saw her use this magic item on me, and as I reached out to try and break this connection, the thing hit my hand, and I felt the magic moving up me. My hand was gone. I couldn't feel it anymore, and that's when I decided to teleport out. So whatever she is, Timora Bashaba, it's connected by the being that she's in right now. And if you could sever that connection, I bet we could get her out.
Yeah.
I mean, if we might have to kill her to do so, but I don't. That was a lot all at once. And then to be healed out of that is kind of jarring, so I'm trying to get my bearings. Sorry.
I'm glad you made it back to us.
Sounds pretty unlucky.
Yeah, one
Which
would think
make
going up
sense.
the goddess of, yeah. So,
Talon kind of looks at like Alhena and Moxie and is like, I don't remember Nazira doing much magic. Like bits and pieces, but it was more
Sneaky. Stabby.
she like kind of like takes one of her daggers out of her belt. That's just like,
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
how long has it been since we've seen Nazira? Who knows what she's picked up since then?
yeah,
And
just
to be the champion of.
Do you think that Nazira is even still in control anymore?
I think it's highly unlikely.
Yeah, I think
I
it's more likely that she's kind of riding in the back seat at this point.
So we need to get her back without killing her somehow.
I
from
mean,
what I saw,
if-
she was in a lot of pain and a lot of struggle. she did not want what was happening to her.
From what the staff is supposed to, if we can weaken the connection enough, then the staff should be able to free her.
I hope so.
But I mean, if she dies, and I assume one of you can just bring her back.
I don't know if it'll be that easy, but
Do whatever we need to.
Yeah, who knows what her soul is wrapped up in.
Yeah. But either
ideally,
way,
yes. But
it's not really much of a choice at this point. It's either her or everyone.
unfortunately, I think that might be a choice that I'm worried we're going to have to make at some point.
The followers of Timora have grown in numbers without the Dawn and Vengeance. She's really boosted her numbers. So,
Yeah, I think we were talking about doing something about that.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think we have an idea.
okay. Well, I don't know where my ship is.
That seems like a later problem.
Yeah, probably better that you. I mean, you got away when she was trying to crystallify you,
Yeah.
and
We freed the god that was tricked into making those.
Azuth.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's good now. So I'm just looking at a way to reverse them when you left him 4 minutes ago.
That's really badass.
11 minutes ago.
Is that why you guys look like shit?
Yep.
Been a long day.
You can say that
but
again.
Roast day.
all that to be said, I wouldn't be surprised if she wasn't looking for you. So might be better if you stick with us anyway.
You lost a lot of blood. Regardless of the healing, you're gonna need some rest. So
Are you guys sure? I mean, that'll put another target on your back.
where else are you gonna go?
You have
Been
no
on my
idea how
own
many
for so
targets I
long.
have on my back.
And we're also kind of hoping she comes our way anyway. We have what we need to stop her. We're just trying to get her attention.
All right. Gods be
Safer here than on
damned.
your own. Yeah, I mean, you can always just pretend you didn't hear your guy. You can get away with it once. You get away with anything one time if he tells you to go it on your own again.
I think
You
that
just-
highly depends on the god.
Well, all else fails, we call Avery and have Avery take him to wherever Mister's got Avery.
Sorry, we just keep picking up champions and sticking them in different pocket dimensions.
Nobody's
Literally,
gone back to
that's
Margarita.
Talon's-
I have
that
a
is
plan for
Ta-
Margaritaville,
seriously.
and nobody's gone there.
No, I'm saying, like, if all else fails, it's either call Avery if Mister won't grab him to take him
Not a
off the
bad idea.
board because she seems pretty set on staying neutral, but snatching another God's champion, keeping them safe.
That's
You
not
know,
neutral.
It's
Not neutral.
not neutral, but we could maybe teleport him to Margaritaville if we needed to. Like, Talon's options are at this point, like, if he's not going to come with us and it's God's like, hey, I want you to go try that again, but here's another weapon, it's still stupid, and she's just going to be like, go here. Like,
I mean-
Talon is not afraid to piss off a god, given this
To
is
be-
the fourth one she's talked to.
To be fair, he's not that super involved with me specifically unless I talk to him, so he knows I'm not dead.
Okay, then you'll stay with us.
We can string up
Okay.
another hammock in our little bunk room.
I think everyone should take a bath.
Please. I'm going to
For
take
many
2.
different reasons. I think a bath will solve one problem for everyone.
Let's try to stagger
Like,
on this time. We ran out of hot
together?
water after.
Oh, I
like,
guess
the
we're at Port
third, let's
Pondon,
say.
right? Is there like a
Mhm.
bathhouse we can go to? Just really
Sure.
indulge for like 30 minutes, like
Yeah.
45. You know what I mean? Like, can we just spend
Yeah.
like 2 hours indulging in a bathhouse in Port Pondon?
Yeah.
I think
Can
for
we?
everyone, this will solve at least one problem. Are they different problems? Yes. Will they be solved? Also, yes.
Yeah, everybody goes to a bathhouse and takes a bath and a massage.
I make everyone go to the bathhouse. I
Yeah.
don't give a shit. Everyone's
We've
going.
also got to
I'll
take a
pay
long
for it. I don't
rest
care.
I'm
Yeah.
half
Mhm.
horse.
anyway.
Good luck getting past me.
Just
Except
locks the door.
the only one I'm afraid could get past me right now is Arrow, and I don't think Arrow will argue. So
Oh,
we're good.
bath? Let's go.
Water? That's my place.
Trying
I
to
think
say
if
how
I was
Arrow
like the group
feels
of us
about-
are going to a bathhouse, I don't think Arrow would be like, no, actually, I want to fight you on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are absolutely able to find a very nice bathhouse for the lot of you, excluding 1973, because he is very adamant about that's not a good idea for me personally. I will
Okay.
get an oil down.
That's great. Like,
I-
can they have? It's like in Wizard of Oz, where like one area is like bathhouse for those who are good with water and like
Mhm.
want those like things, and then people who are not of the makeup that can sit in water. They have like an oil
Non-flesh variety.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah.
non-flesh, right? There's like an oil bath or something. You know what I mean? Or like
Yeah.
You used the word adamant, and I was trying so hard to make a joke about like 1973 being made out of adamantium, but I
Adamantium.
just couldn't get there.
It
There's
hopped
like
in my brain too.
like one of my neurons was like, nah, we can't do it today. But I want everyone to know I tried, and it probably would have been really funny on a different day.
All right. Yes, you guys are able to do this. It is negligent as far as gold goes, but with your amount that you have. But you are able to get a nice little bath. Everyone gets their own little head wrap with the towel if they'd like. Alhena, they have very large towels to like lay on your horseback that are
Yay.
like
Hot
warm and
towels.
steamed. Yeah. There's cucumbers if you want them. A little spa break for you guys, and if you'd like to take a long rest, this is the place to do it, as Port Pondon is the happiest place in Faerun.
You lose Arrow because they take a nap at the bottom of the tub.
Mhm.
Everyone sees way too much of Talon because she's very comfortable naked.
Absolutely.
I'm a
It is-
horse.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're kind of always naked you're always poo bearing like a little bit.
Alhena wears very little to begin with, and always has. So yeah, it's there are no surprises here.
All right. After you guys have your baths, Shamba is very uncomfortable being comfortable. So his fur is nice and poofed after the bath. And he's kind of sitting there with a towel on his head. His ears are up in it. And he's just confused as to what's happening.
I think if Alhena can tell he's uncomfortable, like every so often just kind of turns back to like, okay, let me look at your arm. Let's do some movements. Let's do a little bit of distraction here.
Like,
Be like,
physical therapy.
let's make sure.
Yeah.
Alhena knows it's like it's a very
It's
powerful
fine.
spell, and it definitely works.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Mishamar is like so comfortable here. He is preening himself. He's like making sure that
I
everything
grew that fucker's arm back too.
Yeah, that's true. He's fine. Everything's fine.
Two people here have grown their freaking arms back.
It's a great
Incredible.
spell. It's a great spell to have.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Druid
get some-
shit.
Yeah.
When Alhena's like middle-aged and still an adventurer and desperately trying to retire, she's gonna have some weird-ass nickname like
Arm
about
grower.
growing people's limbs back.
The limb restore the store.
Alhena, arm grower. Like, don't say that,
Yeah.
please.
It's fine. It's fine. All right. After this, would you guys like to take a long rest then?
Yes.
Love
Okay.
to take a long rest.
All right. You guys can either stay at a hotel on site, or you can stay in the barracks on site for the people who work on the docks, or you can stay on the ship. Whatever you guys want to do, you do so. Whether you want a very cushy night's sleep or just a normal night's sleep, it all comes out the same in D&D 5th edition.
Fishy.
I
Yeah.
think Talon, like when we're deciding all this, Talon would kind of like pull Alhena aside and be like, who knows what's next? Do you want to spring for the fancy room for the night? I know that's
Fine.
very unlike me to suggest, but like,
Why not?
order room service and just
I might not get to do it again.
deal with everything else in the morning.
Okay.
See ya. It's like peace. You won't see them for another few hours.
Yeah. Moxie trails
Order room
behind.
service,
Wait,
ordering a
dude.
bottle of champagne, literally not leaving the room until they make her.
Say, orders room service, orders a bottle of champagne, have all of these great plans, and then the camera cuts back a few minutes later, and they're both just passed the fuck out.
Yeah,
Like,
the room service man is like knocking on the door, like
it's absolutely
Yeah.
dead to
Leaves
the
the
world.
tray outside.
yeah, it's the least sexy night ever. It like
Uh-huh.
they were setting it up to be like, we're gonna order all this stuff. It's gonna be so great, and they like, and they're still in their like they're still in their spa robes. With
Had a glass of
towels on their
champagne, and as
Just
soon as the
knocked out.
champagne hit, it was like, I'm asleep.
Dude, spa days
Out.
knock you out.
I'm done.
No
They're
joke.
like not even under the covers. They're just like on top of this giant bed, like
Horse legs everywhere.
just sprawled out.
Rest of the champagne just spilling onto the carpet.
So funny.
Love it.
Yep.
It was a long day.
It
was
was
a
a
long
long day. And
We
they had
both got
plans.
irradiated.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of healing to do, both body and mind. Yeah.
What's everyone else doing?
Fancy room for Moxie.
Mm-hmm.
She needs a soft bed and to sit
You
by
get a
herself
horn.
for a little bit.
A horn shine at the
Yeah.
Ooh,
spa.
a buff job.
Yeah, they put a little bit of wax on it to give it a real sparkle. You can get it with actual, biodegradable sparkles or just
Yup.
regular. Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm gonna get glittery.
Let's go. Fancy. A little tinsel in the hair. Arrow, or what
Might
do
as
you
well look
do?
hot at the end of the world.
Hell yeah.
Arrow wakes up very confused early in the morning, emerging from the pool of the bathhouse after it's closed.
You left them there.
Has to find their way
They
out.
seem so peaceful.
Just
And they
let them
have
sleep.
gills. You can breathe
fine.
water, right?
They
Yes,
were
they
so
can breathe
tired.
water.
They were snoring underwater.
We
It's like-
actually we tipped the staff extra to let them just leave Arrow in the pool.
Yeah. It's like sleeping in a hot car, though, because it's a hot spring. So, like,
Yeah.
you wake up and you're like, oh.
Yeah, just like sweating.
In water.
Yeah.
When you've like
And
been in a
then-
bath for too long.
I think gets up and wanders around Port Pondon for a while. Kind of like is really annoyingly like walking into any shops or like anything like right as they open. When they're like, the proprietor is like, I've got a couple hours before everyone shows up. I'm gonna go ahead and open, like, and then get some work done or something. And Arrow's just like right there. Gets enough food to make like one, knowing that like Alhena is probably going to want to do like a hero's feast or something again, but is getting like making like doing the grocery shopping for like a huge like feast for everyone
Yeah.
this morning.
Get enough
Um,
oranges.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
she had Arrow contribute to the last Heroes Feast, so
Yes.
maybe this is like maybe they talked about it.
And then I wanted to also see, because Arrow has all this money and isn't very responsible and thinking about what to do with it afterwards. I wanted to see if maybe I could find like an alchemist or something to buy some potions.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, there is an alchemist in Port Pondon who has a very Wizarding World vibe to it. Like the shop is like, oh, you could get a very like watered down potions. Like they've been selling potions here for like years, and you can tell that they're like what do you want? You know, like they're not. They would like to be selling to adventurers, but they're selling to like vacationers. So it's like very overpriced, normal like stuff that has been watered down.
Air walks
But
straight up to like the counter and is like, "So my friends and I are going to be stopping the end of the world. Do you have anything that might help me with that?"
like actually stopping the end of the
Yeah,
world,
like
or is
actually
this like you're
stopping
going
fighting
to?
gods. Like we're about to go. I'm not going to get too much into it because I don't know your religious beliefs, but there's
You know that shit that happened in Waterdeep? That's gonna happen everywhere if you don't fucking help me.
so do you know that shit that happened in Waterdeep
Right.
a couple weeks ago? Yeah, that's gonna be happening everywhere pretty soon. My friend, hi, I'm Arrow.
Right.
Friends and I are stopping at we're like heroes or something. I don't know. So yeah. Do you have anything that's just not like I see you got healing potions? I can grab some of those, but like anything better?
Right. All right. You seem legit. Especially if you know about what happened in Waterdeep and
Yeah, we were there.
shit.
Yeah.
I heard they sent some ships that way, but all right.
Yeah, we were kind of one of the first ones on scene. Big old like rot golem things. Saved as many people as we could. Yeah.
All right. Well, what you need? I've got some things in the back.
Yeah, so I think I don't know what like kind
Mm.
of stuff they might have. I've like I don't know if you have a short list of things that would be accessible or I think Arrow is looking at. I mean, healing potions would be great. I don't know where are we at with healing potions, y'all. I feel like we had a bunch and we haven't really used many.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I have any left.
Let me go into mine.
Yeah, so you could definitely get a potion of healing, greater or superior here. You could get like a potion of heroism.
That would be
Uh,
good. I was also looking like potions of giant strength for like buffing myself. I was looking at let's see.
I have no potions.
Yeah, I actually looked at it. I don't know why I thought I had potions. I don't have any. Does anybody have any healing potions? Anything like that?
I have 3 healing potions and then 1 potion of greater healing. Yeah.
Okay.
I have. Oh, I don't have any potions. I have an herbalism kit,
Mm.
so I
Okay.
can make potions.
I don't think we have time for that.
We don't
though.
have time for that though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How much for
I have a lot of books.
How much for greater and superior healing potions, just so I know?
So greater
map
is
out.
400 gold. A superior is 500 gold.
Okay.
Not that big of a jump there. If you're looking for, that's the difference between a 4d4 plus 4 and 8d4 plus 4.
Got it.
And then if you're looking for a giant,
Moxie was keeping track of all of our money, right? Because I literally don't have any.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everybody should have like. I've got like 5,000 gold.
Oh.
What the hell?
Uh-oh.
Maybe
is
you
that-
are keeping track
that's-
of all the
Oh, that's
money.
right. I have all the money. That's right.
You have all the
Yeah,
money
that's
because
it.
yes, you do not
I
I was
was
spend
about
like,
to
I
spend all the
have
money.
34 gold, 26
Aaron's about to
silver, and
spend all the money,
25
y'all.
copper.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
Uh,
0 money. Taylor
I
just
I-
have like a lot. I mean,
I would say.
Yeah, Moxie's rich.
Mm.
Moxie keeps track of all of our money.
I'll help
Mhm.
you guys out anyways.
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I would say get a couple, but just because we know, like, because LB has them do max healing, so
Yeah, so that's good. How much?
so we know
potion of-
exactly what we're getting.
a potion of fire giant strength is rare, which I think is the same as a potion of superior healing.
That sounds right. It's not on my list. Potion of fire breath is on my list.
It's if you on D&D Beyond, it's potion of giant strength generally,
Mhm.
and then you have to go into the sub menu for it. It's strength score of 25 for an hour.
Dope. Yeah.
How much would that be?
That would probably be around 5. Let's see, 500.
Okay. Um, let's see. How much you said the potions of heroism?
Yep, that's around 200. It gives you 10 temporary hit points and blessed for an hour.
Okay. You said 200.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
There's
I'm
a
writing these
potion
down.
of speed, which gives you haste for 1 minute, and that's 300.
Yeah, that's I was gonna ask, with the potion of speed, does it also have the I assume, since it says you get it says you get the effect of the haste spell, so it means it also like when it ends you get the negative effect of the haste spell. Okay.
Oh, hi, Abaddon. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You said 300?
300 for potion of speed.
Okay. We don't know what kind of damage she's doing as far as resistance potions and stuff, do we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, they are gods, so radiant is probably on the table for sure. You know that, well, those of you who have been with Nazira know that there is at least a whip that is involved. And let's see, Timora is known, I think she has a sword. Abaddon, you were making this so difficult. Thank you. This is something very specific that she uses. Timora's spells are more illusion and charm based. She is not quite a like a full out. She's more of a caster than she is a fighter. But she is known to have a sword. She has the luck blade, which is a long sword.
Okay.
Hi.
Wish list for anybody what they want. Pick one potion.
No preference.
Okay.
You could get a bag of beans if you want.
You know I get decision paralysis.
I'll start picking stuff for people.
Talon doesn't know how to accept gifts, so you're just gonna have to throw these things in her bag and then let her know later that they're there.
Yeah, I love that you're gonna pick.
Give it to me, I'll give them.
I mean, the downside of this is I'm going to
She
spend
doesn't
all
do
of
well
our
with people
money. So
giving
if there's
her
anything
things.
anybody wants our money for, I assume this is our last like shopping moment.
Probably.
In the campaign. So
You spend it. We need anything else, Moxie, Mama Moxie got you. You know.
You can also get
Yeah,
spell
she does.
scrolls.
Sugar
if
Mama
you'd like.
Moxie. That sounds good.
Spell scrolls.
It sounds good. Say it again. Sorry.
Yeah, Ted. Oh.
Does Ted want a potion?
yeah, spell scrolls too. If anybody wants one of
Snack potion.
something like that.
Don't use
Well,
those.
some
If you are there hold on.
Are
there any fun
magic...
arrows in the world?
There are arrows of slaying.
There are also spell scrolls of, like, I mean, fire arrow doesn't really help us a lot here, but spells in the same vein.
I was gonna say my arrows already do fire damage. I was just looking for another kind of damage to like add to that.
Yeah, you could do an arrow of slaying is 6,000 gold.
Yeah, so that's more than we have.
Yeah, it's made to kill a particular type of creature that deals massive extra damage. You do know, what is it? You do know that if you are going to crack the crystal, you're going to have to fight a solid object. I believe there are things that work against
if I save my wild shape, I have siege monster as a
Siege, yeah.
as an elemental. So, and then I
Mhm.
think thunder wave and spells like that also are good against inorganic material.
Mm-hmm.
Thunder damage usually is
Or like
don't-
shatter.
good. Yes, shatter for sure. Against like constructs and structures.
Okay.
That is outside of my repertoire. So stuff's gonna be all you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, we are gonna have to sit down and talk spell preparation
Yeah.
Mhm.
as a group.
Okay. I will say, if you want to put forth things for sure right now you want, and then if something comes up later, like you guys talk between this week and next week, and you find something that you want, we can retroactively
Retcon it.
as long as you have enough gold for it, we can do that.
Yeah, I guess question because Tanya mentioned it is the what was I trying to say? Oh, the Moxie's money and stuff. I don't do. Is there like a concrete number on that? Like, should I be saving any of this money? Is this the 5,000? So Moxie has money to work with for anything further than the potions that I'm gonna get right now.
Like in my own personal inventory on my character from the game that I've gotten, I have about 200 gold there.
Okay.
So if we need like food and hotel and stuff between
Okay, but
now
like
and then.
Moxie doesn't have like 10,000 in savings or something like that for us to.
Moxie would, but to be able to get it after this would be
Mm-hmm.
would be the issue.
Okay, so I won't spend.
To get it while we're here, possible.
Yeah. Yeah, if
Yeah.
we want to do that.
I'm just gonna come up what maybe for right now. I'll just say what I'm thinking for potions, and then we'll talk about it. And if Alex feels any different or anything, but what I'm
Okay.
thinking about doing is getting a I was thinking about getting 3 greater healings, 2 superior healings, 2 potions of fire giant strength for myself and Kulkus. 5 potions of heroism, 1 for each of us. Because that's additional hit points, and then I think that also gives you advantage on it was the I don't remember now what the other effects of that were.
Of heroism, the bless
Yeah.
spell.
Found it.
Yeah, the bless spell, so everybody gets to add a d4, and then so
Love
nobody's
it.
concentration. And then I was going to get 2 potions of speed. I didn't know who was going to use it. I would love to use one of them, but if somebody else,
I have boots of haste, so
you have
Yeah.
boots of haste. I think Kulkus would be great. Gets an
Yes.
extra attack
That's what I was gonna
and
say.
gets more movement
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah, I stay far away. That's perfect.
Yeah,
I
So-
love this list.
I think it's a great list.
I think it's
honestly.
a
Okay.
perfect list.
That
Again,
runs
if you have
us-
money, spend it. At this point, it's literally like the end of the world. Like
Yeah.
essentially, we are the
We'll
only
get
ones who
some
really
more.
know that it's the end of the world. If we survive this, we'll
Mhm.
recover. You know,
Yeah.
Like-
So that
Figure
would
it
be
out.
4,800 gold
Yeah.
pieces.
You've
Tell
got
them later, or,
we're
like, they bought a
16th
house,
level.
so it's like oops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
we're
so
not
that'd be-
gonna die on the streets. We'll be okay.
Yeah.
So that'd be
Everyone can
4,800.
live in our little cottage in the woods south of Waterdeep. if
I'll
we all
make
have to, okay,
I'll
guys?
make you guys little druid groves out like little mother-in-law suites
Yeah.
out in the back. Little druid groves for you.
Uh-huh. It's
to live
fine.
in.
We'll recover, guys. It's okay.
Moxies will
Mhm.
have a hot spring.
Ayo.
Think about it.
So that's 4,800 gold, which would leave me with 207 remaining plus some additional. I've got electrum, silver, and copper.
I
and
think that'd
then
be
And we've got a few hundred between. I mean, I've
And
got
then
like
between the-
300, and
we've got
Mhm.
enough for
Yeah.
like 1 or 2 other things in case
Yeah.
somebody was like,
Yeah.
oh, actually, I really want this. Okay, cool. I'm
I
just
think we're
gonna I'm gonna
I say
create
go
this
for it.
list. I made this list. I'm gonna just put this in my notes, and we can
Mhm.
finalize this by
Okay. Yeah, don't.
next week.
If it comes down to it and there's something that you guys want, to go get the money from Moxie is going to take extra time. Just because you have, like, it'll take probably at least a half a day, because you'll have to go to one space that identifies, unless Moxie has a hoard of cash at the circus, which seems unlikely. Then you're gonna have to go to a bank which, one, recognizes the circus, and two, houses the money.
That's
so
fair,
that's
I think.
probably not Waterdeep. They're in a rehabilitation phase right now, but a different one. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I can't think of anything else that we need other than dropping all of our money on like some sort of magic item that one person needs. But this feels more beneficial to the entire group to have all this. But
I definitely agree.
okay.
All right.
So Arrow comes back in the morning after it like cleans this man out.
He is so happy.
He's about to go on vacation.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's gonna close down the shop for the rest of the day. He's like, nah, I'm gonna go do the ghost tour. That's great.
Arrow's like, wait, ghost tour?
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot the accent. Yeah,
no.
they do the ghost tours up in yeah, you go through and basically just run through the haunted mansion and try to
Arrow like
save
leans
him
over and
from-
like grabs him and says, "Don't go there. It's dangerous.
All right. If you say so.
It's haunted."
Right. Okay. I won't. For
But
sure.
seriously, enjoy yourself. I don't know how much time you have left, so have a good go. Thank you for all of this.
Right.
Just in case we're planning on fixing it, but if we don't, make the most out of this next like 48 hours.
I might go off world for a bit, actually. If
That's not a bad idea.
yeah.
I don't know if that'll make a difference, but that's a good idea.
All right.
Travel. Yeah.
Thank you, patron, for your patronage, and enjoy the rest of your day. And saving the
you too.
world. Good luck.
Thank you. And just clinking bottles in a in a bag.
Flips the sign to closed and puts up a sign that says "Will be gone. Shop will be closed for the next 5 days." Books a passage on the next ship going out. It's like, fucking bye.
And then Arrow, wherever I guess is waiting on the ship for everyone, if that's where we were gonna meet after our adventures, and just has huge grocery bags of full of food in one hand and big old bag of potions in the other.
Yeah. The rest of you return to the ship. Mishmar is posted
When
up.
they wake up in the morning, Talon is kind of like just like laughs, like looking at like the half-eaten plate of food and like the half-drunk bottle of wine. Like, the fact that they passed out in their robes, it is just like, well, this night was supposed to be a lot more romantic than it was.
We needed the sleep.
Apparently. At least I finally feel clean again. So like I know we both already proposed and like we're getting married, but I feel like we should get married.
I mean that's the point of the proposals, is the getting married.
I mean like, sooner rather than later. Like before. I mean, like, I know, like, I'm an elf. I'm not supposed to think about time, but like, it could be the end of the world here. And I might be having an existential crisis because, like, I'm used to like the thought of like a lifespan being foreign to me. And here we are at like the precipice of what, like, who the fuck knows what's gonna happen next. So maybe we should just go get married.
You want to get married right now?
I know it's like probably 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if anywhere's open. And I know that our friends would probably be really pissed if we did it without them.
Yeah.
So maybe not right
Gonna
this second.
stop you there on that thought and have you have that thought again.
Yeah, everybody would probably be really pissed if we did that without them, huh?
If we don't let Culcus officiate our wedding,
And Moxie play music and Arrow, yeah, they'll never
they'd
forgive
cry. They'd all
us.
cry.
Yeah, they'd all cry, and I can't be responsible for that. Okay, so maybe like soon, like once we know what's next, maybe we just try to like pull everybody aside and be like, hey, we want to do this. Do you guys want to do this with us? Is that a weird thing
No.
to ask people?
No, it's not. You know what they're going to say.
Okay. Sorry, I know this is really heavy for like 7 o'clock in the morning.
It's okay. I got like 12 hours of sleep.
I've never felt more rested. Yeah. Okay.
As much as I know you don't like people looking at you, uh, the three of them will. I was going to say never speak to us again. Of course, they would speak to us again
Yeah, we
every
did
day
spring the
for the rest of
engagement
our
on them
lives,
with
and we would
yeah,
never hear the
yeah.
end of it.
Yeah, we did kind of like drop the engagement on them and then jump into this whole thing. I feel like they would probably want to be a part of the wedding. You're right. You're
And
right.
then
You're
Moxie doesn't
always
get to sing
right.
at least 3 songs. I mean, what are we even doing?
Yeah, it's one thing to like have your friend be a musician. It's another thing to have your friend be like, oh, Plains renowned musician. Like we should probably let her play
A
at our
musician
wedding.
literally blessed by a god? Like, come
Yeah.
on, she's not gonna fuck it up.
No. No. And like how many people can be like, Moxie played at my wedding?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry, heavy for 7 a.m. I'm just like, I'm not used to thinking about like time.
Helen, it's not heavy.
It's a little heavy, especially
It's
since we're like headed towards the place I fled like less than 15 years ago.
okay. Maybe your family stuff is heavy. Everybody has heavy family stuff. Maybe it's the end of the world, and that's heavy. Us, the two of us, it's the lightest thing in the world.
And you have wings now, so like you can literally fly.
Okay, we're
So
still
like
doing jokes.
feathers.
I see. Yeah,
No,
okay.
I know. No, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm trying this new thing where it's like not being super serious all the time. And
I
then I get
kind of
really
like it.
serious, and then I try. I'm still finding the balance between being serious and making jokes. I'm not good at it yet, but
No, it's only been a
I'm
day.
really trying. Yeah, I'm trying. It's really easy when you're well rested. I didn't realize why people, are super adamant about sleep.
And well, I know you guys don't usually do that.
No. I usually get my like requisite 4 hours of meditation and then I'm done. Like getting a like just extra sleep today was really weird. But I am very clear-eyed for what I want for the future, and I don't care how long that future is. I know I'm supposed to have hundreds of years left, and so are you. But even if we don't, and we only have days left, or weeks at most, depending on how long this whole thing ends, I don't want to not finish this and like kind of like grabs Elhana's hand and like touches the ring before we get to the end.
I have one condition.
Uh-oh.
You get to tell Culcus and Moxie and Arrow what the plan is.
You're lucky I love you. Okay, I'll do it. As long as it means you'll marry me before we die.
I will marry you before we die.
So just go
Talon,
find the others.
the voice in your head that is very familiar to you speaks up for a moment. And there is a. If you are looking for an officiant, I know somebody who is quite able to do so.
You okay?
Here's...
Are you okay?
Elena's face
Oh god, she's having a stroke.
Yeah, Alejandra looks probably like very worried at telling us. She just kind of like freezes for a second, like she's listening, like looking up into like the right, like. And who would that be?
Well, I am a goddess after all. If you want it to be official, I can make it so. The pomp and circumstance that comes after is up to you.
I will relay that message. Thank you. It looks at Alina. It's like, the Blood Queen just offered to officiate our wedding.
Oh.
Take the swig of the champagne bottle, like, Yep, let's sit
Wow.
on that one for a minute.
Wow.
Let's
Okay.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to sit on that one for a minute. That was heavy, but in a funny way.
I have some ideas.
Okay. Well, I'll tell everyone that we're gonna have a wedding once we get past like whatever's next. Or get on the road to whatever's next.
Once Kulkus wakes up from his like
Yeah, his nap.
27-hour nap.
He's just on the ship.
Just swinging in a hammock, just on the ocean again.
All
He-
snore sounds because of his
rocking.
muzzle.
He really went through it. He was having a crazy time in that fight. So
Sue checks on him every now and then.
let him sleep. We're not gonna get married until he wakes up.
Nope. Colgus is not missing this wedding. Whoever officiates it, Colgus will not miss this wedding.
But you get to be the one to tell our friends.
All right.
Social anxiety.
Yay.
This is good for you.
Okay. That is a good enough spot for us to take our break for this evening. So don't go no place unless it is to grab a drink, grab a friend, or take your medication. Tonight we are going to stretch. We're going to try and stretch our abs out a little bit. So get that back bend going. And then do some side stuff to get the side abs going. We'll be back to 5:10. So don't go no place. Bye! Oh! Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope you guys did your stretches and took your meds and got a little beverage for yourself. The group is reconvening on the ship, and I believe you guys need to have a conversation about where you are going next. Promise has requested heading for the ship, and you guys need to chat about it. So if you'd like Mishimar or 1973, you guys can't see it on stream, but Simon is a gargoyle above me, sitting on this tower right now. But please take it away, whomever would like to.
I don't know if I missed this because I was too much in Arrow's head, but Talon has not relayed that she recognized the description of the tree or anything like that. Okay.
I was planning on talking about that over breakfast after everybody had a good night's sleep.
Oh, Arrow's cooking like enough food, is cooking like 3 Thanksgiving meals.
Of breakfast food.
Of like it's everything. It's like breakfast, lunch,
Lunch,
dinner,
dinner,
brunch, dinner, like
dessert.
it's everything in one
Every
go.
in between food. There's fresh
there's like
toast,
there's like
gravy,
7 pots
there's
that are
BLTs.
boiling. Yeah, like every burner is on. Every oven has something in it. There's like 6 other dishes that are waiting to fire. Like
Jero's
everything.
helping you.
Yeah.
Just like Alhena and Talon walk in, and then Alhena's just like, okay, so I think maybe some of us are coping right now, so maybe we talk about the thing a little later.
Moxie's playing solitaire on the table when you walk in.
That feels right.
Good morning.
Good morning. 1 second. Turns over, starts like braising something, puts it back in, turns around, and says, food will be ready in like 2 hours. So I have some aperitifs that are prepared if you want something like hold yourself over. I don't know how hungry you are. Good morning, both of you. So also I think I was like was beginning to reach over to like for some seasoning, so grabs one of the like the potions with like the giant toenail in it and starts pouring like nope, that's not it. Starts going to something else, hands the big bag of potions over to Alhena and Talon and says, got these are for everyone. So
Okay, so do you want to talk to them or should I talk to them?
I'll do it. You figure out where those need to go. Clinking bottles are your
I-
responsibility now.
Will very carefully organize all of these for you.
thank you.
I just sit at the table across from Moxie where she's playing solitaire.
Arrow's been like microdosing like a potion of speed as like Adderall.
Oh no.
Talon clocks that and just it disappears. You don't know where it went. I'll roll a sleight of hand if I have to.
This is wait, Arrow's finally medicated. You're taking that away from
Oh, self-medication in moments of crisis is a little dangerous.
It disappears.
Just looking at Moxie like, good morning.
What's up?
Is everything okay?
Yeah, I mean, Arrow's just doing Arrow, and I don't know, let them do the thing.
You don't think this is like a little extreme?
Like, probably, but
There's
I
like
don't know. It's-
4 full turkeys over there.
Yeah, but they seem pretty happy, so I thought, why not? And turkey's pretty good, so should I stop this or?
No, I mean,
Oh, okay.
if you think it's okay.
I mean, I think we need to let Arrow work through some stuff, and this is how they do it. So we'll just
Okay.
reap the rewards. Let it happen.
I will organize the potions.
pulls out a couple of cakes from the cooler, sets them out, begins to ice those. It's like, I'm pretty sure we've missed some birthdays, so I just figured I'd go ahead and make a couple of birthday cakes too.
Great job, Arrow. Great job. Beautiful. Moxie's just encouraging, like, yeah,
Everybody's getting a birthday cake.
I love cake.
You're sure we don't need to say anything?
Like, I don't know. I don't know what we would say. I'm not against it. I just don't know what to say.
Well, Talon said she was going to talk to them, so I guess we'll just see how that goes.
Yeah.
Talon's standing in the
Do
middle
you,
of the
do you
kitchen.
need help with
Nope.
your solitaire?
You want to play rummy with me or something?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Talon. Hey, thanks. Appreciate it.
Joe, 10 minutes on the lamb.
I've just kind of tucked the potion bag away, like we'll deal with this when we're all
Yeah.
together.
Let's just observe.
Talon's just like standing in the middle of the kitchen, kind of like flipping like a chef's knife, just like watching Arrow and just trying to figure out the best way to intervene. Yeah, she's just like flipping it.
She's just hand on the
flipping
table,
it,
like
flipping it.
Just like snags the knife from your hand and starts chopping some onion, throws that on the fire. It's like, gotta fire the pork too right now.
Hiss from Juru. Oh, you couldn't hear me. I said hiss from Juru.
Yeah, I know. We'll talk
She's like
about it after.
watching all of this like chaos, this like tornado that's in the kitchen right now, and she's trying to decide if like the best thing to do is to interrupt it or help it happen faster.
let it burn out.
Yeah, like let it. Yeah, that's the thing. She's just like, I'm just gonna. She's like sitting there, just like watching the tornado just like happen around her, like she's in the eye of the storm, and then just like ends up just like getting into it as well. And she's just like trying to help Arrow, and she's just kind of like talking to them every now and then and being like, okay, what's next? Do you want me to ice those cakes? Like just kind of like inserting herself in. Like, is there something else you need to be doing right now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is there do you need to, have you checked the stuff in the oven? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I just
I think
like,
if she
directing
offers-
them in
Al-
areas, trying to like push it forward as quick as possible. Like,
Elena's playing cards with Moxie and is just like, yeah, this is fine. And then just like every so often an empty glass shows up and now Hannah just like fills it real quick with water and it could like, please, like,
Yeah, Arrow fully if she offers, it starts by like, yeah, if you can handle that, like pushes the cake towards you, and then after that it's like throwing an apron, like shoving an apron into you, and then begins to integrate you into everything else
Yeah.
going on.
knife skills, dexterity stuff, like decorating, all that kind of stuff. She's got it. Like, it's fine. And she's just trying to like help things move forward. And then as things start to slow down, as everything's coming together, and like the kitchen starts to like slow down a little bit as like everything's being plated and everything. She's just kind of like, you could feel when like things start to like calm down in the kitchen a little bit. And like she sees Arrow like stand still for a minute, and she's like, do you want to go grab some fresh air before we serve everything? Take a deep breath. Out of the kitchen. It's a little smoky in here. I'm searing the lamb.
Yeah, I think everything's good from here. Drew, you got the rest from here?
It's just plating. The desserts are fine. They're
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Just kind of like
yeah.
ushering Arrow out the door a little bit, like past the table, just kind of like, just like pushing them out of the kitchen, out of that space, like through the double doors, up onto the deck, like towards the bow, like just like, as far away from the kitchen now as possible. Like, let them work through their
into
shit.
the ocean.
Like, just tosses them into the water now. Just like, fresh ocean air, like in Port Pondon, like,
Yeah,
like,
steps outside. Arrow starts
like
hand rolling a cigarette.
just kind of like leans them up again. She's like kind of like very gently directing them to like the edge of like like the bow, like sit down, like her little like favorite spot, like that's not like up in the crow's nest because she doesn't know if Arrow likes heights. So just kind of like sits them down.
Doesn't know if
Flames
Arrow
come out
likes
of
heights.
nowhere.
Arrow jumped into the sky, turned into a whale, and fell upon a dragon.
That doesn't mean they like heights. It just means they're
I
willing
would
to
argue
deal
it means
with
they
them.
love heights. Actually,
They're willing to deal with them when they want to smash something with weight. And just kind of like waits.
Everything okay?
I was gonna ask you the same thing.
Yeah, everything's good. Just
I
wanted to
have
make a meal for
never
everyone.
seen you move with that much intention and manic purpose. And I don't know if you've
Thank you.
clocked this about me, but I'm kind of an observer more than a talker a lot of the time. So I figure maybe there was something you were working through with the looks up until left for a minute is like 37 dishes you've prepared for breakfast. Which is a little excessive by modern standards.
To be fair, it's not just a breakfast. It's sort of an all-purpose
Right.
meal.
No, 100%. I definitely got that. I just... You okay?
I don't know what his favorite food is.
Whose?
Avery's.
Talon know that? I feel like Talon would know that, like, maybe his favorite snack. They spent a lot of time in the library together. LB. Do we know what Avery's favorite snack is? Maybe.
I mean,
GM perspective, they spent a lot of time in the library together. Like, they didn't really
That's
eat together a lot,
true.
you know?
How observant of him would Talon have been in that time? Because he would have been.
That was in her like quietest, most like observant, doesn't interact with people much, just kind of like clocks what they're doing a lot, like takes in a lot of information, doesn't give a lot. So I feel like if he was snacking on something, she would have like noticed that like consistently. Like, if he always had like a bag of strawberries or something, like she would have noticed that he was like always eating like this or that.
I think he would never eat in the library. That would be like, he didn't want to disrespect the space or like worry about getting anything on the books themselves. But he would pop out he'd probably go, "Hey, I'm gonna go grab some ice cream. Do you want to come get some with me?" And Tal would be like, "No, I don't."
Friends with Avery hard right in the beginning.
Yeah. So I think Avery, what you know about Avery is probably like he likes coffee and he likes ice cream. And I don't know if, like, unless you engaged him in conversation about it, I think that's probably
not.
You get.
Food's not really her thing. But yeah, I think she'll, when Arrow says that, she'll be like, "Well, I know they love ice cream."
Then you yeah. It just doesn't feel like enough, you know.
Is this about Avery?
Yeah, I mean, kind of, probably. I just wanted to make a meal for everyone. It's kind of how I process things, you know. And I got to thinking, as I want to make a meal for everyone that's special to me, but I we can't really get everyone here right now for that. And I just sort of started cooking for everyone that I would want to be here. And I made my I made my dad's favorite food. Made my best
Which one was
friend's
from your
favorite.
dad?
Um, we went to this. There was this ramen place we used to go to after his when he got time off. Was in. It was. I remember him begging the owner for the recipe, and he just like wouldn't give it up. And so he spent months obsessing over how to get the stock right and the right consistency for the noodles, what the blend was for. And finally got it
Analyzing
right.
every little flavor.
Yeah, we spent a long time doing that, and I think I know everyone here's favorite dish, and I've made it. That's important to me, but they're not here right now. And then I got so frustrated that I don't think I had ever asked Avery in the time that we were kind of dating about that. And so, it's I just kind of had this thought, and then I kind of got carried away with the thought of, we're about to go fight a pretty nasty fight, and I could die never knowing. Does that make sense? I don't feel like I'm really making a lot of sense here.
I think that, Heidi and I had a very similar conversation this morning about time in our own way and feeling like there isn't enough of it to to play catch up in just in case. And I know it might not mean a lot to you, but I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that at the end of this, you and Avery have all the time in the world to figure out every little thing that you both like and dislike. Have enough time together to even figure out the things that are slightly annoying but also adorable about each other, if that's what you decide to do after the end of this. And I know that
Thanks.
everybody else feels the same way, because I know that we don't want this to end poorly. But even if it does, I also know that we have a lot of gods in our corner. And if I had the choice between giving up my extended lifespan and the mortal lives of all of my friends, I think you know what I'd choose. So,
That's not really fair either, though, because, you and Alhana get to have that time together. So, kind of, you gotta look out for yourself, too.
yeah. I mean, whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen. I mean, if I've learned anything, it's, I've heard a voice in my head since I was a child that happened to be a god. So I feel like at the end of the day, there's only so much that we can control, and, we make the choices that are put out in front of us. And if things go horribly wrong at the end of this, I still think that these feathers that are all of our back pockets will amount for something. But even if they don't, I think that not knowing Avery's favorite food is not a indication of the quality of the time you guys spent together. It's a long time to learn all those little things about someone. You didn't have that much time together.
Yeah, I should have taken more advantage of that when I had the chance.
Arrow, were you having fun? Were you laughing? Were you smiling the whole time? Making
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
jokes and
I didn't
making
understand
memories?
half of what he was saying, but it
Yeah,
was
it's Avery. Then it
fun.
wasn't time wasted.
All right.
Look, it's one thing for, someone who has hundreds of years to live if things go, well
Yeah,
at the end
keep
of
rubbing
this.
it in. Yeah.
It's not something I think about often, the amount of time I have left on this plane. But I've been thinking about it a lot recently, and it's kind of striking me that it is so precious, but it doesn't matter how you spend it as long as you're spending it with people that you care about.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
You've been spending that time learning, spending it with with people you care about, and growing as a person, then you haven't been wasting your time here. And look at all of those dishes in there. You've obviously learned something about every single person on this ship and every single person that you know.
I think part of me was just kind of scared to take that step with, it's kind of a first for me.
I think the first 4 weeks that we were all together at the very beginning of this, I spoke maybe 10 words to Alhena, and now we're engaged. So You never know.
Okay, you've convinced me.
Okay, so just for like going forward purposes, if you need to talk about something, I know like your method is cooking. Do you want to cook like maybe like do like appetizer and like entree and dessert? And we'll talk about it together like while we cook those things. As opposed to like spending 17 hours like cooking 37 dishes and then talking about it afterwards. Just like, you know, just talking about personal growth.
Okay. If
It's like if I've learned anything over like, you know, the past couple years, it's like that's like kind of what friends are for.
so you're saying we're like friends.
Yeah. Duh. I know I'm not good at having friends, but like I think that's what we are.
Okay.
Beat punches there are.
As you guys walk back in, you see Moxie. She's already started eating. Because
Because
Not
it
in a mean
smells
way,
too
but-
good, probably. Like
yeah, it's like I'm sorry, it's just get a while.
everyone's favorite foods are out there.
I mean, I will say while this conversation is going on, Alhena is sitting there awkwardly playing cards with Moxie and might want to talk to her.
Please do.
Well, there is that.
Alhena is trying so hard to play cards. She doesn't know any of these card games.
Moxie's trying to teach her. He's got to match the numbers. That's it.
Yeah, okay, it sounds really easy. But it's not. Sort of like puts the cards down on the table. Can I talk to you about something?
Yeah. Yeah. What's up?
You have to promise not to say anything to anyone, even Talon.
Yes. Okay. I'm in. What do you got?
She wants to get married.
Yeah. You're engaged. I mean, that's kind of what that means.
She wants to get married like tomorrow.
Huh. Well, I guess you said you didn't decide on a date. I mean,
She's
any
she's kind of in this whole like end of the world, everyone might die, so we should get married thing.
I mean, she's not wrong. How do you feel about it?
Well, first of all, I'm not supposed to be telling you this, so please, I beg of you. My
No.
life is in your hands.
Yeah. The vault's good. Don't even worry about it.
I mean, I think it's great. But I don't know what to do.
Is there a reason why you wouldn't want to get married tomorrow?
No, I wanted to get married to her forever.
Does this mean a lot to Talon to do it quickly?
Yeah.
Is that worth it?
Yeah.
Then we're throwing a wedding tomorrow.
Okay, I need your help. I'm begging you. All I have is my people's like very specific traditions, and we're all centaurs, and there's no horse in this girl, so I don't know.
Not yet. Ayo. Okay, yeah, don't worry about it. Like, we'll take care of it. You know Errol will want to cook. I'll handle all the entertainment and the decoration, whatever anybody else wants to do. This is so
You
fun.
have like maybe 12 hours. Do you know?
Yeah,
Do you know this?
we're also gonna like try to save the world too, and that also seems impossible. So let's start with this and see how we do. We'll be fine. At the end of the day, you and Talon will be married, and that's all that matters. Right?
Yeah.
The rest is just icing on the cake. We will have cake. Arrow basically cooked all the food we could possibly need for tomorrow anyways.
I mean, I guess if we have to have leftovers,
Okay.
it's not the worst thing.
I'm
I-
getting too excited. We'll talk in case they come back. I'm getting food. I'm sorry.
Lightfoot
I
emerges from below and sits down at the table and says, "What's going on, guys?"
We are eating amazing breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything possible right now.
Yeah, that sounds great. I heard we're going into battle soon.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we have ships that can go anywhere and do anything. We have a whole fleet if we need them.
Do we need that?
I don't know. You guys are in charge.
Yeah, I'm not the one that should be having a tactical conversation about this. I'm more of the fun, the wild card, if you will.
Oh, okay. She kind of like reads the room and like grabs a plate, and she's like, "Well, if you guys need us to go anywhere, just let me know. I mean, you know, we've been all over the planets and the different spheres and all the fun stuff."
Amazing as always. Thank you.
Is that
Do you
like-
want to join us and eat with us, or?
I don't want to impose.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're not imposing at all. We're just chatting. I'm just literally excited and talking about this food right now.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
we're just chatting. Is there like it's like trying to be as quiet as like Moxie as possible. I like ship weddings. Is that a thing? Like could that is this anything? Would she like
Totally.
that? Would she hate that? She would hate that. Would she?
We'll worry about that later. We're good. What are you eating right now? You need to eat food.
I just came here to emphasize that if you wanted to bring anybody from anywhere at any point, we could definitely do that.
That is great information, and
For
we're
any
probably going to
special
need that.
event.
I'm starting a side
like-
business as an event planner.
Yes.
Actually.
Listen, Lightfoot, we will need
That's
you
my
to
whole
know.
job.
I also have an entire extra job as a wedding planner.
If you wanted, for any reason, for
part of it.
anyone to
I'm-
go from
I'm Samantha
Ravnica to
Jones.
here for any sort of event, we can do that. We can make that happen like that.
So Moxie doesn't care that people aren't supposed to know. Kind of. Moxie's like, Lightfoot, we will need your service for a very big event, joining two people together, but no one is supposed to know yet.
Ooh.
We need to start planning, but we can't
Who
do
could
it
it
out loud
possibly
yet.
be?
Okay. Do you want me to bring somebody from somewhere? Because I could I could talk. I know the other ship helmsman. If we want to go somewhere, I
Yeah,
could
we're
get
gonna
people.
probably bring a shit ton of people. But we gotta talk to Elhaina and Talon and figure out who they want here, okay?
Yeah, who totally could this be about? Moxie.
That's why she knows you know, so she's just saying, like, yeah. But
no,
don't
totes.
say anything yet.
Okay.
We'll be able to
I
start
would
in like
never.
an hour, hopefully.
I'm just gonna be in my room. If you guys need me to do anything, let me know.
Thank you, Lightfoot.
She picks up her plate and leaves.
Like, Elhaina, I mean, we gotta get shit done, okay? I know I promised. This
Nope,
is...
that's why I asked you.
Okay.
That's why I asked you. You know best.
See? Things just got 10 times easier, didn't they? No big deal. That's the part I didn't know how to do, so there we are.
Thank you. Really, I'm kind of freaking out.
Okay, I kind of need you to actually eat food. Remember, I wasn't
Okay.
just trying to make conversation. I really want you to
Nope, you're right. Yes, and a meal is very good.
eat. Yeah.
Very good. I'm freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, of course you are. Who wouldn't be right now? You kind of have a lot on your plate.
I just want her to be happy.
Yeah, this will make her totally happy. And if it doesn't, you'll do something different. We'll figure it out.
Okay,
Yeah. No big deal.
no big deal.
No big deal.
And it was no big deal. Wee-oo. Yeah, so about this time, Talon comes out from the back and Arrow is done cooking. Colchis boy, was that boy tired? He's still asleep. What do we want to do?
I want to
moving-
have a a very emotional scene with
Oh.
Colchis right now. Oh.
I can't do that.
We have an intervention planned, actually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure that
I
he'll
feel
enjoy
like
that
he's been a
when he
little distant.
returns.
He's been a little distant lately.
Yeah.
I
I mean, he was
feel
here for
like
the
we could
last
really-
episode.
Missing
No,
his
I just meant like
energy.
today.
Okay.
Well, I'm
So-
stuffed. So let's go.
Anyone else want to cause drama?
Yes.
That was my whole goal for
Um,
today was drama. We haven't even gotten there
super-
yet.
So, you guys still need to discuss what the next step is as far as where you're going. To promise for sure.
What if we just don't? What if we just plan a wedding?
Look, you've seen if you do
go to-
nothing,
go
what
to
happens. I
Margaritaville.
mean, at least
Yeah.
Arrow has. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing nothing's
Let's plan
not
a
an
wedding while we do something.
We'll
So
do a
like
Pirates of the Caribbean wedding where y'all get married during the fight.
Yes. Okay.
Yes!
ship captains can do that.
Here we go.
Or you could just summon the goddess of blood. I don't know. That probably wouldn't work.
that feels
It-
unfair. But
yeah.
guess who's a cleric who has divine intervention?
Let's go.
No, I want Colt. I want
My
Alex to
wife.
do his best, like Barbosa impression to
Do
marry the
you?
two of you. Well,
Maybe
Ah,
Pop
just kiss her.
Elvis.
Anyway.
Oh, sorry, we named the monkey Root.
you need to get married, Jack.
So I think we're all just like sitting around at like breakfast, like after everybody's just like stuffed and has had like chill conversation and whatever. And telling is finally is just like, okay, so now that we're all full, in Arrow's visions yesterday, the tree that they saw sounds like grandfather tree near where I grew up
Okay.
in the high forest.
Gather that means it's maybe be in danger.
Right. It's an Aracor. Is that how it's, not how you, okay. It's, grandfather tree is an Aracor. It's kind of legend, where I grew up, and it's hallowed ground. It's sacred to basically everybody from High Forest. And if you had a vision of it being destroyed, that is an, if it is what I think it is, that's an incredibly monumental possibility for an event for that region anyway.
Arrow, you
So-
know this term. It is a very special plant that has been transposed. It is like a tree that has magical abilities of itself. It can nourish an area. There are some types that are detrimental to spots, but in general, they are like thriving plants that can create more within it. Some of them have healing properties. Some of them have like blessing abilities as far as mechanics go. You would know grandfather tree probably, as because it is so a part of this pantheon or this area. It prevents any teleportation and within a mile of it. It is that powerful. So as far as like, oh, this is a tree that if you eat the fruit you get healing properties, this is a fully fledged tree that
like
has,
a being.
Exactly. It has a whole root system that goes for miles, sort of situation.
Okay.
So with that being said, and knowing that, the what's the peak called? we're-
Lost Peak.
Yes, Lost Peak, knowing that Lost Peak is near where I grew up and grandfather tree is as well, it seems like that might be our next best area of travel. It seems like something is popping off in that region.
Came as a vision for a reason, I would assume.
Yeah. Is that on the way? So it's on the way where we need to be going anyway.
Yeah, she kind of like takes out like a scratch piece of paper, like not a map, and is like, it draws like a bubble, like in the shape of like High Forest. Like, if this is High Forest, then here is where, like I grew up, and Terranthvar, and here is where Lost Peak is. Kind of like just rough maps out this like little like triangle of like important places in
Yeah.
like where this region is.
Grandfather Tree is kind of in between, like the where Talon grew up is very close to Grandfather Tree, and that is on the side. Yes, Simon, sorry.
Where is it?
Where?
That is on the side towards Lost Peak. So it could be being, that could have a factor in at it is growing, whatever darkness is growing towards
Okay.
Talon's home.
Not a bad idea to check in and make sure your people are okay. And maybe they might be willing to help us.
To be fair, when I left, things weren't exactly great.
Not great. How exactly?
You want like what would be legal charges?
Are you gonna have like an angry mob after you? You know
Depends on
what?
if they're still pissed.
When you
It doesn't
left,
really change my answer.
I think Moxie's right. I think the circumstances are a little different.
Yeah, as
No,
I was
yeah.
asking.
If you want the like quick and dirty of it,
Yeah.
Blood Queen's been in my head since I was a child. I was kind of a loner, didn't really fit in. Got bullied a lot. My dad was a dick, like real big dick, blamed me for killing my mom because she died in childbirth. At one point, I got so angry that the Blood Queen kind of took over me for a second, and I almost killed my dad. And then I fled, and then people from the village chased me. Blood Queen took me over again. I killed, at least I am assuming that I killed a bunch of them because I woke up in a field covered in blood surrounding me, and then I haven't been back there since. So,
To quote you, that's metal as fuck. So
things might not go great when we go back, but I still think it's important that we go back, considering that like it's kind of popping off there. So even if they don't want me there, it's still probably important that we tell them that this thing is happening near them, because like it wouldn't be just shitty for my people, even if they hate me, if Grandfather Tree dies.
sounds like that's what we're doing.
Willing to confront trauma to stop greater trauma. Is that a thing? Kind of like looks around.
I mean, and again, like when we went back to my hometown, I thought I was going to be arrested and people were gonna be mad at me too, and everything was fine. So maybe everything will be fine.
Your uncle's also like a giant squid or something.
The Kraken. It seems disrespectful to call him a giant squid.
Well, I think it's just a dialect difference. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair.
No, common
I
isn't
shouldn't
her
have
first
assumed.
language.
That's okay.
I mean, my apologies if I've offended you.
No, I should have understood the different cultural barriers. I apologize for being snippy.
I am part horse.
Yes. I don't imagine you get a lot of Krakens there. Okay, so let's go save a tree and say hi to Talon's family.
Save a tree, maybe see what the cultists are up to, maybe kill all the cultists, fuck up some of Bashaba's power, piss off Taichi / Mora / Talona / Bashaba in the process.
Maybe we'll just sort of read the room when we get there.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, you can be like, hey, sorry I came back. I'll leave again, but you should know this is going on nearby. Or do we just like handle it and then go tell them that we fixed it? That doesn't feel like the right move, though. I'm not good with
Do you?
people.
Okay.
This is still not my area of expertise.
I'll ask. Do you think they're going to try to kill you on sight?
It's been times weird at least 10 years. They're probably not like viscerally angry anymore,
Okay.
but like
Then I think we go from there.
it's not like I
Agreed.
burned the village to the ground. I just like tried to kill a village elder who also happened to be my father, who like is a dick, and everybody knows he's a dick. Like it wasn't
But-
like it was it wasn't common knowledge that he didn't like me.
Yeah, it's the villagers part in the Field of Blood, probably, that they might have
Yeah.
the bigger problem with.
Yeah,
but-
that's my thought.
yeah. But
So,
whatever,
you know,
we'll
yeah.
deal with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Well,
willing to just
As
get
I
out of
think
there.
as Moxie says, we'll do it live.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'll just take the back seat when we walk in and just like gauge the,
Yeah.
you know.
We
put my
are
hood up.
definitely going to need Moxie and Colchis for this one.
Ugh.
Yeah. I'll hood up, kind of like chill in the background until we gauge how things are going.
Going to need the Riz.
Yeah, I'm like gonna need the riz.
Very good.
As the circus says.
As the
Yeah.
circus
Riz.
says, the riz is important
Yeah,
in
Riz.
these situations.
I don't think anyone here is legally allowed to say the word Riz.
How old, how young do you have to be to say Riz?
You guys, I turned 40 like
I'm
not
8.
that long ago.
No, wait,
I don't feel
9.
okay.
How am I- how old
about
am I?
it.
Yeah, Rachel is technically only 9 years old.
That's
Yeah, I'm
true.
9. So I just
I'm
had my
pretty sure the
next
fact
day.
that we even know about the word means it's no longer
It's dead.
something
It's
that the
it's
kids
dead.
are
Yeah,
saying.
We,
Anyways, so you guys let Avery know that you are going. You guys want to go to the High Forest. You want to go to the grandfather tree.
Wait,
or
Promise or Avery?
Promise. Sorry, I
Okay,
keep
was gonna say, do I
messing them
need
up
to
in my
message-
mind
I'll
for some
message
reason.
Avery.
No, no,
I
no,
just
it's
get
cool.
really
I'll
excited
do
about
it right
talking
now.
to Avery,
Avery
though.
will show up there.
You
with
can
us.
do
I'll
that if
message
you
Avery
want.
right now. I like imagine
No.
that like every time Talon has extra spell slots, she just like messages Avery to give him an update of like where they're
Yeah.
at with their.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, very strict
just shut
on
up.
Avery cannot leave the plane that he is in right now. Cannot return to material plane. You know, we don't want another spell plague on our hands. That would suck for everybody. All right.
But he's getting constant updates because every
Dope.
time she's got an extra spell slot, she's just throwing them Avery's way to give them an update.
Hey, buddy.
Like, hey, also Eris says hi. Hey, this is what happened today. Also, Eris says hi.
I'll tell her. I say hi back. Yeah. You guys tell Promise where you guys want to go. Are we teleporting directly to your sacred home? Would be disrespectful. Also impossible because of the
Proximity
barrier.
to grandfather tree,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So probably as close as we can get without being disrespectful.
Is it a situation just so I know, when if you teleport, like it fails, or it like just shunts you,
Bounces you.
like
Yeah, it
bounces
pops
you like
you-
to the closest spot, or you
Yeah.
explode?
No, so
I was gonna say
It's
I
more
might
like
be
a
thinking
bubble.
level. What
It's
if
like a
what if
dome.
we were like transporting via plants? Like,
Oh, that's a good question.
that is a good question.
It
Any
would have to be a
teleportation
tree you would
around
know,
the
right?
tree would not be possible.
Even
Anytime.
tree-based teleportation.
Even
Interesting.
especially because that's even more disrespectful. Especially if you're doing it to the grandfather tree.
well,
Mhm.
no, not to the grandfather tree, to some trees who I spoke to previously and had their full consent from.
Oh yeah. I mean, but still would need to be outside of the mile marker.
Got it.
Got it.
But yes, if you guys would like to tell Promise to teleport you to outside of the boundary, close to oh god, what did I call it?
You called it Terranthvar.
Terranthvar. Thank you. I'm bad with pronunciation at the end of the night. You are more than welcome to get as close as possible to that. Anything you guys want to do before you teleport?
Nope. I think we've done everything we need
I
to
think
do.
we're good. Everyone's
Yeah.
eating. We're all
Yeah.
good.
Alright.
I mean, it's really just a question of when are we getting married?
We'll
Tomorrow.
find out. We'll find out.
It's tomorrow, sometime today, apparently.
Sometime today.
Within the next
today or
24
tomorrow.
hours, we're getting
Yeah,
married.
you've got a clock going. The ship leaves the port as it flies up from the dock and kind of moves out to an open space. The portal opens and you guys move through. As you do, there's a little bit of shakiness, and you break through this portal. It's not quite as jarring as it is moving to a different plane of existence, because you are continuing on the material plane. And as you enter in, you, Talon, if you are on the deck of the ship, which I will presume that you are, you see below you, and the rest of you see, there is a lush forest. This is a beautiful, like, greens. There's darks and light greens. The trees are quite tall in this area. And before you, I'm going to say about 200 yards, is a large canopy that kind of ascends over the rest of it. And it is the leaves on this specific tree are probably the size of, like, they're probably like 2 feet wide. They're very old, very large, catching a lot of sunlight. And Talon, you will clock almost immediately that this is grandfather tree. You are very close to it. You should not be able to teleport this close to the tree. And as you get a better look at it, you can see the western side of it. The leaves seems to be wilting slightly, and they don't seem to be as lush as the rest of them. It by no means is decaying. Like, it's not like the leaves are dead, but they are not as lush as the ones on the east side. And the ship kind of goes down closer to the ground, trying to find purchase. And as it does, you guys hear a thunk in the side of the tree, or inside of the ship. You see that Nibbles immediately pulls out a weapon. It seems to be some sort of gun, like Hubris has. You have not seen him draw a weapon yet, and this gun seems to be crackling with some sort of magical energy, as there is a little bit of a struggle on the other side of this thunk. You can hear on the other side of the ship, as it is moving in, someone is climbing towards you. If anyone would like to look over the edge to see, or what would you guys like to do? Yeah.
I'm gonna take a look.
Alhana, you see a small humanoid, not small, a normal-sized humanoid, a medium-sized humanoid figure climbing up this rope very quickly, with strength. You can see that their ears are pointed, and as they climb up the rope and breach over the edge, you notice that as they land, there is a clink, as there is one foot that is wearing normal pants and shoes, and the other is wearing it's what seems to be some sort of, like, angled and formed metal piece that is at the base of their leg, from the knee up, or from the knee down. And they climb over the edge of your ship as it is sort of skirting along the tops. The ship kind of takes a stop as Promise calls for a halt. And this elf that is looking towards the rest of you, he has a quiver on his back and a bow in hand, as he comes over the edge, and he says, this space, this area is off limits. Please return. This is a sacred ground. You must turn back, basically.
I'm so sorry. We have one of your people with us. And
One
it's
of
an
my
emergency.
people? What do you mean?
It's an emergency.
What do you mean, one of my people?
Is anyone else around? I don't know how to say this.
Talon just, like, sighs and just, like, pulls her hood down.
and looks at this person who I'm assuming is Threadbare
Mm-hmm.
and says, I've returned.
There is a pause as their hand is reaching for an arrow.
Her dagger appears in her arm.
They notch their bow cautiously and say, "What are you doing here?"
We've come to fix your problem.
What problem is that?
Slightest nod towards grandfather tree. We know why that's happening.
I think that's a good point for us to end it for tonight. Well, we figure out what's going to happen next. That's a nice little spot before we need to have a nice little conversation. Thank you guys so much for playing with me tonight and having some wonderful time at Port Pondon, the wonderful little town that gives you everything you need. Let's go around and have everybody say who they are and where people can find them, and then we'll do stars and wishes after. So, Tanya, please take it away.
I am at Tanya Rowland on the internet. That's pretty much all I got. Do you want me to stars and wish now or after we do our round?
What do you want to do?
I'll do it right now.
Let's go.
My star was when Alhena said, cry. They'd cry about not being invited to the wedding. That's really cracked me up. It was simple and hilarious. My wish is that we just fuck shit up. That's all I got. Nothing specific.
That's me. Hello once again. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown. Most over on GGK most of the week. Tomorrow I'll be returning with Red Jenny, our Dragon Age TTRPG. I run that game at 8 o'clock Eastern time, so come join us for that. We are also getting into our kind of end game of that. We have like one more arc that we're in the middle of now. Familiar face returned in our last session, back from the dead, and then and then once we finish this up, it's gonna be end game, baby. Come join us tomorrow for that game. My star, I mean, low hanging fruit. I do have to give it to Talon Alhena for the all of the drama about the impromptu wedding was hilarious to watch. Both the conversation in bed and then seeing like the compromise they came to, and then Alhena panicking, going to Moxie, trying to plan a wedding in the next 48 hours. It's hilarious. I love it. And I am not lying that I wouldn't absolutely love for there to be a secondary mechanic to our boss fight, a wedding mechanic that we can all contribute to have them get married within the fight. Would be fucking hilarious. So
Dylan throws the dagger. I do.
Yeah, like
Alhena,
we all make
Alhena literally their entire childhood and like growing up and everything, everyone was part horse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She just has legs. What do you do?
What do you do?
It changes the tradition immensely. I feel
I do want to know.
You can't stomp 4 times in quick succession. It just can't happen.
She has 2 elf feet, and that's it. What do I do with that?
You can't stomp on 4 glasses simultaneously.
I know.
What am I supposed
assumptions.
to tell my grandma?
Normally, it's 2 stomps from each person. Oh, no, anyway.
That made me think. I don't want to make any assumptions on anatomy and whether any of this could and couldn't happen, but it does make me think about what a half elf, half centaur child would look like. Would they have less horse parts?
Xena the Warrior Princess answered this.
Okay.
Just have to look up what happens when an Amazon marries a centaur and what kind of baby comes out of said Amazon woman.
Okay.
That's what
I do love that Rachel's like, Xena answered this. You Google it.
You Google it. I'm not gonna
Google
give
it,
you
Look
the
it
because
up.
answer.
I
Google
will viscerally remember that birth scene for the entirety of my life, and I don't want to. I
In
don't
my-
want to force
X
that
card,
on
X card.
anybody. I'm not forcing
Yeah.
it on anyone.
Yeah. In my mind, it's just like a satyr, but
Yeah.
with
Oh,
thinner
that's cute.
legs.
No.
Yeah. Oh.
But it could be.
Moving
Or it's just like
on.
BoJack
Universe,
Horseman.
it could be.
Is this how
Moving
on.
I go
BoJack
next.
Horseman was created?
I go next.
Um,
Val, your turn is over.
Okay. My wish is to know the answer to this. All right, go.
I'll send it to you.
Do you want? I'm sorry. Do you want
No,
wish
that.
time?
No. Well, I mean, I was gonna say that my wish going into this is gonna be like I wanted to have some good character moments before we get into like the final, and we had those today. I was super happy. So it's
Mhm.
almost a secondary star of just like getting to have that. And I thought that was great.
Mhm.
So
All right.
that's me.
I'm Van. You can find me on the internet at Van but Wilder. I play D&D on this channel. I play several games on twitch.tv/game nights and also run Dungeons and Dragons on Tuesday nights over there, which I'm so sure we're going to get back to this week. I'm so excited. My star is going to go to Moxie today. Because Moxie handled everyone else's feelings today. Moxie was really like, there's a lot going on here, and I am going to check in, and I'm also going to be stable for my friends who clearly are not right now. And it was just wonderful, and I love it. And now I've roped you into my wedding planning, so good luck. Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking about wishes. I don't know. All my wishes have mostly been. I'm just excited to see what happens next. Really, is really my wish. I'm just very excited to continue.
Oh, I was unmuted and then I muted myself. I believe I'm next and last tonight. For players anyway. Hi, I'm Rachel Elizabeth from the email and 7S. I'm here on Sundays playing some D&D. I'm on GGK game nights with 2 G's and nights with a K. On Tuesdays playing some more D&D, and I'm there every other Wednesdays playing Scum and Villainy whenever we get back to that. And anywhere else on the internet my friends ask me to be, including you should watch the VODs for our 2 Monster of the Week one-shots that we did that were hilarious that LB ran for us a couple Wednesdays ago, and then this like past couple Wednesdays, they were really funny, and 10 out of 10 for entertainment if you're just looking for something to like throw on in the background while you're doing stuff around the house, because they were so funny. You don't even need to watch them, you just need to listen because they're hilarious. And my star is gonna go to Arrow for some big feelings and their way of handling it by like cooking everybody's favorite food and like wanting to make sure that, like they knew everything about everybody was just like the cutest like love language thing. One of my big love languages is feeding people and cooking them food. So like I felt that with my whole body. And I was like, Arrow, I get it, buddy. I get it so hard. So I definitely felt that in my whole soul. And it was really cute because like Arrow and Talon haven't really had a lot of like very like intimate like friendship moments, and I felt like that was a really good one for them. And Arrow was like, oh, I guess we are friends, like duh. Like Talon doesn't call very many people her friends. There's like 7 people on Earth, and one of them is currently possessed by 2 gods. So like, the numbers are waning here. Please don't take it for granted. So I'm glad that they got some like really good, like, oh yeah, we are friends time tonight. And I really loved Arrow's like very, vulnerable conversation with Talon. I thought that was really cute. And my wish is I want some fucking drama. I want some drama. Look, we're confronting Talon's backstory that I wrote like 4 years ago or something at this point. Like, I can't wait. There were murders. That is how this bitch started. I would want there to be some drama. It doesn't have to become like a legal thing, but I think it would be really funny if it was like, wow, you had the nerve to show your face here again.
Mhm.
And it's like, well, you have a problem, and look at me and my friends that are the champions of gods. We can fix it. You kind of don't have a choice if you want this, like, if you want this fixed. You can't do it without us, so you should probably get over your shit. I just think it'll be a really fun, like, kind of like clash of drama stuff. So I'm excited. It feels very like CW show, and I'm kind of into it.
I promise I will do my best to be as adversarial as I personally can possibly be.
I wrote her dad is a real asshole, so like everybody else can be chill, but he just kind of like, that's the only person you really need to make be a dick.
For sure. I'm LB Hackem. You can find me at LB Hackemup on the Twitters and the Twitches. You can find us at Hack Recklessly. Hello, you're here. Please leave a comment. There's so many people who watch this show. I love seeing the comments and like all the views that this show gets. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching to the end. But please leave a comment. I love to see those. Yeah, you can find Hack Recklessly on YouTube and Twitch and on Spotify, where again we have the Monster of the Week, not that Monster of the Week game, but the other ones that I produce with music and sound effects and all that sort of fun stuff. We have Hellmall that just came out. The 3 episodes are all done. They are out. Listen to them. Please let me know what you think. I love feedback on those. The next time that I'm going to be live is tomorrow night on Indoor Adventures, and then I've got Wednesday with Nerd Immersion. Thursday on Crit Hit Chronicles, we're starting a new game where I'm playing a monk who is really horny for fighting, and boy does he like to break bones. So I'm excited for that. We will be off next week on Sunday, because we will be on next week. I will be back in time for playing on Sunday, but I will not be there on Friday. If you enjoy our content, please interact. We love to see it. We love to hear from you guys. Thank you guys for listening and chat. My star for this week, I love the panic cooking. That was probably my favorite point, where Arrow took over the kitchen for a while. That was great. I love to see it. And then the bathhouse was great. I did not expect that. So I was like, oh yeah, no, there's definitely a bathhouse for sure. And then my wish, I kind of want to know Centaur wedding traditions. So any sort of traditions that I need to know about moving forward, I can't wait to hear about. If we decide to bring in Alhaina's family, I'm excited to see that too. So thank you everyone, all of my players, for playing with me tonight, everyone who's watching, and you guys who are watching at home. We love you, and we are excited that you're here and glad to see you. And I guess I'm LB Hackemup. Hack recklessly. Bye!